Athletic Club 0, Arsenal 2. Time to get into the player ratings. Let's get straight to it. David Raya in goal. Didn't have anything to do. What he did do, he did well. Distribution, always good. Saves. He had like 1 or 2 saves in the game, and they were pretty straightforward. I'm going to give David Raya a 7. Urian Timber, I'm going to give Urian Timber an 8. He's so good defensively. Obviously, there was no Nico Williams. So when there's no Nico Williams, you know that there's less of a threat. And but with that being said, Timber has to go up against who he has to go up against, regardless of if it's Nico Williams or if it's somebody else. And I thought he did well. He did well defensively, and then he put a peach of a cross in for Gyökeres that he headed wide. So he was good going forward. He was aggressive. So Timber 8, Mosquera 8. This guy is unbelievable. We bought him from Valencia. Came in against Liverpool, played really well. Nottingham Forest played really well, and yesterday he played really well as well. So Mosquera gets an 8. Gabriel, I'm going to give Gabriel a 7, and I would have given him an 8, except there was a moment in the game where he was sloppy on the ball. He tried to play Calafiori. He gave the ball away. It was an opportunity for Athletic Club, but he made a good block. He recovered well. I'm going to give Gabriel a 7. Calafiori, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Same with Timber. Solid defensively. Incredible defensively, really. Doesn't make any mistakes. Good going forward. He picks up multiple positions. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but he can play left back. He can invert, play left midfield, or he goes all the way out to the right, and he plays in the midfield on the right hand side. He can do it all across that midfield area. So I like what I see from Calafiori. He's had a good start to the season. I'm going to give him a 7. Zubamendi and Rice, I'm going to score them together. I don't think they were good. I'm going to give them both 5s. I think they were average, to be honest. Zubamendi gave the ball away. Actually, I'm going to give Zubamendi a 5. I'm going to give Declan Rice a 4. I'm going to give Declan Rice a 4. Zubamendi, and I'll explain why in a minute, but Zubamendi was kind of anonymous, really. Passing was a little bit not good. Defensively he was all right, but I expect more from Zubamendi. He played really well against Nottingham Forest, so I'm not going to go in on him too hard. But Declan Rice, I'm giving him a 4 because he got booked 7 minutes in the game. That's never good. And then after that, he really could have gotten sent off. There was a moment where he has a heavy touch, and he has to slide in to win the ball. And he slides in, and he did win the ball. But one, he gave the ball away. Athletic Club came back and went on for a counterattack. I'm going to move over again. It's still making, there's still a ton of noise over here. He made a heavy touch, slides in, gives the ball away. But if he mistimed that challenge, he could have taken the player out. He could have gotten sent off. That would have been awful. So sloppy from Declan Rice. I'm going to give him a 4. Marino, I'm going to give a 6. I don't like the fact. One thing that I didn't mention in my match reaction, I'll mention it now. I don't like how Arteta, with no Odegaard, starts Marino as a cam. I want to see Nwaneri, or I want to see Eze, preferably Eze. I'd like to, preferably Nwaneri, because I do want Eze playing on the left. I don't really want Martinelli or Trossard starting. So preferably Nwaneri. I don't like Marino starting as a cam. I don't think he offers any creativity whatsoever. I know he scored 3 goals for Spain against Turkey, but Spain beat Turkey 6-0. That's Turkey. I'm not. Turkey's not a bad team, but We're also not the level of team that we play in the Champions League or in the Premier League. So, it's not going to work. I don't see it working. But with that being said, I thought Marino, he controlled the tempo. I thought he made some good passes. I thought he was tidy on the ball. So Marino, 6. Madueke, I'm stuck between a 6 or a 7. I'm going to give Madueke a 7. I think Madueke, again, he's very good 1v1 attacking his defender. But the problem with Madueke is no end product. Or he needs to improve on his end product. I won't say no end product, but he needs to improve on his end product. I don't see. I see him get into good positions, but then the cross, like yesterday, the crosses weren't on target. The shots didn't have a lot of power. Tight angles, not really the right angle to shoot. I don't know. I want to see more from Madueke when it comes to end product. But as far as beating his man one-on-one, he's very good at that. So Madueke, 7. Eze, I'm going to give Eze a 6. And I was thinking about giving him a 5, but I'm going to give him a 6. I don't think I obviously the left isn't his best position. It's not his preferred position. But in this system, with the personnel that we have, that's probably where he fits best. Because Martinelli, to start, I don't think Martinelli's good enough to start. Trossard, I think he's better than Trossard as well. So for that, I think Eze should be on the left. However, yesterday he didn't look that good on the left. He was fine on the ball. He didn't give the ball away. He kept things ticking. But I don't think he's not a natural winger, and you can tell that. He's not as direct as Madueke. He doesn't really take on his he didn't take on his defender that much yesterday. He did against Nottingham Forest, but not much yesterday. To be honest, there wasn't a lot of space for him to operate in. Athletic Club were very compact, especially in the first 70 minutes. But I think Eze, still, I think Eze, I want to see more from him. I'm going to give him a 6. Victor Gyökeres, 6. And I'm thinking about giving him a 5, but I think he was involved in the game. And he had some opportunities, he missed opportunities, but nothing that I look at and I go, okay, you have to be scoring that. You have to. I think he should have scored. But it's not like a gilt-edged chance that he completely missed. Some of those chances were difficult. The first chance where he runs in the channel and the defender kind of pushes him out wide a little bit, shot right at Unai Simon, and it saves. I don't blame him for that. But the 2 headers, I think he should be doing better with. I think the second header he should at the very least be putting on target. And I think the first header he should be scoring. But again, it's not a situation where I'm like, how did you miss that? It's a situation where it's like, okay, this time you missed, next time you'll probably score that. So Gyökeres, 6. Substitutions. Martinelli, I'm giving a 9. Sensational, man of the match. Sensational when he came on. If the addition of Eze, if the addition of Madueke raises his level, and if he realizes shit, if he realizes, shoot, I'm not going to start in this team unless I raise my level, unless I turn it up a little bit. If he realizes that, and if he starts playing better, and that's what we want. We want more competition for places. We want players' levels being risen. With Martinelli, he comes on. I thought he took his goal really well. The finish was right at the goalkeeper, but it was underneath him and it went in the back of the net. So kudos for that. His first touch I thought was good. His second touch was excellent, and his pace we know is blistering. So he can run in behind. I don't think he's a good footballer. I don't rate him, but if this can raise his level, I'll be very happy with that. Martinelli, man of the match, and then the second goal, he cuts back, finds Trossard. Trossard puts it in. Sensational. 9. Trossard, I'm going to give an 8. I thought Martinelli's assist was better than Trossard's assist. I think he did a lot more. So that's why I give Martinelli the higher marks. And I think Martinelli's goal, he did a lot more. But Trossard, assist and a goal, comes on, makes the difference with the first goal, heads it on to Martinelli. The second goal, finds a bit of space. Martinelli finds him. It takes a deflection and it hits the post. It goes in, but it was excellent. It was a good finish. So Trossard, I'm giving an 8. Hincapié and Norgard didn't have a lot of time. I'm going to give them both 5s. And was there one other substitution? Did Miles Lewis-Skelly come? No, I don't think Miles Lewis-Skelly came on. If there was a substitution, I don't remember it. If there wasn't, then that's it for the substitutions. If there was another substitution, let me know in the comments. The manager, Mikel Arteta, I'm giving an 8. And the first 70 minutes, I would have given him a 4 or a 5. But the substitutions changed the game. When you put on 2 players and they both score and they both get an assist, you have to get high marks. You have to get high marks. Plus, a difficult ground to go to, a difficult team to play against. We know Man United slaughtered them in the Europa League, but that's more of a one-off. They're a difficult team to play against, and we went away first game in the Champions League this season, and they had 12 debutants in the Champions League, so they're all fired up for it. Everyone wants to perform well. Everyone wants to win that game. The stadium was rocking, incredible atmosphere. But Arteta made the late substitutions. It paid off. 8. The referee, I'm gonna give him a 6. I think he was generous to us. I really do. I think he. On the second goal, I think it was Zubamendi. I think he got away with a foul. But with that being said, I think the referee did all right. The Champions League referees tend to be better than the Premier League referees. So the ref, I'm giving a 6. Anyway, that's the player ratings. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's a longer one today. Manchester City on the weekend. We have to win that game. We have to get 3 points. Very crucial. So leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.